Slyck Wagner, the underground king, the world champion of this promotion. You know, I wrestled Jay Lethal, another great wrestler from TNA Wrestling. Almost got him beat, but somehow some skunk want to come in and mind his business and ask you, Slyck, what is your problem? What is your beef? And now, tú tienes tu gentes que no me gusta. You got people that I don't like. Steel cage for your precious belt. That belt means a lot to you, Slyck. I know it. We go way back. I know that belt means a lot to you. And you in the cage with me and you. I be 5'8". I'm a pit bull. I'm an animal. This is nothing. I've been on lockdown. I've been in county jail. So this cage, especially in B-Town, man, all I gotta say is to live and die. 187, porque estuvo a ver el nuevo campeón, and that's Homicide. Órale.
Slyck, tell me, if he comes at you, and he comes with a pitchfork, if he comes with his bag of beans, what are you gonna do? Are you ready for that?
You know, Gino, these legs, I haven't shown what they can do, but they're pretty damn fast. If Homicide thinks he can catch me, he got another thing coming. You see, I grew up on the streets of Jamaica. I ran from dogs, I ran from cops, I scaled fences, I did it all. So tonight in the cage, I'm home. Just like you, I'm home. But we got comfortable in the cage for different reasons. And I'm going to show you tonight why I am the Underground King, why I was handpicked by JBL to run the Uprising, and why I am the MWF Heavyweight Champion.
MWF Heavyweight Champion Slyck Wagner Brown defends against Homicide inside this 15-foot-high steel cage. It's a doubleheader. Double your pleasure, double your fun here on the February MWF Ultra. Slyck Wagner Brown defends the gold against Homicide. If Homicide is successful, we do not know where his place will be at SOUL Survivor VII. Slyck Wagner Brown is slated to face Shelton Benjamin, Mr. Money in the Bank either way. We have the huge contract signing at the Boston Garden Saturday, February the 12th. If you have not got your tickets yet, you need to be part of the press conference, the contract signing, the Shelton Benjamin question and answer session. Autographs, photos, the Boston Blazers, Colorado Mammoth professional lacrosse team at the biggest arena in New England, the Boston Garden, Saturday, February the 12th. Oh, wait a minute, look at that. Homicide climbing the cage, showing Slyck Wagner Brown exactly what it is he wants to leave with tonight, that championship belt. These two have a history here in the MWF. When Homicide debuted, crushing one of Jay Buster, the limp-wristed Warriors' friends, Luke Robinson, in his debut. Slyck Wagner Brown humiliated Homicide, having 3 men hold him down while he sat in a chair and gave Homicide little baby slaps across the face. On the October MWF Extra, Slyck's already trying to get out. Way too early for that, Mr. Brown. Slyck got involved in Homicide's TNA X Division title match against Jay Lethal, which may have cost Homicide TNA gold here on MWF television. But tonight, he's got a title shot of his own, and he's going to come at Slyck like a rabid pit bull. Brown with the boot to the midsection. Fans, 1 hour time limit on this one. If we run out of time, there is online overtime. The conclusion will be seen on BostonWrestling.com. If we have time tonight, you will also see TNA superstar, the Monster Abyss, taking on executioner Brian Milonas with Paul Bearer in that same steel structure. Down goes Slyck Wagner Brown to the right hand of Homicide. He did it all in TNA, multi-time tag team champion, X Division standout. And his career continues to grow and expand. What's he going to do right here? Standing on Brown, using him as leverage to try and get out of the cage. Oh, wait a minute. Well, Homicide's boys, and we're not talking about LAX. I think that prevented him from escaping, and look at that. Slyck Wagner Brown using all the power he has left to bring Homicide in the hard way. Look at him go to town now with those championship feet. Brown up. Look at that atomic drop. Slyck Wagner Brown off the ropes. Wait a minute. He's injured somehow. He grabbed his midsection. Couldn't even run the ropes. And look at that neck breaker from Homicide. The rules are simple. Walk out the door, climb over the top, pinfall or submission. Homicide trying to get out that door. It's positioned in a difficult way, and that allows Slyck Wagner Brown to grab on. Homicide again fighting with all his might. Maybe a kick of his own could set Brown reeling backwards, and he could just walk out and capture the gold. Right there, he kicks Brown off, but I think he wants more of SWB. Beautiful suplex from Homicide. And again, he calls for the door. Dan Tanaka opens it up. Homicide's trying to decide, does he want to humiliate Brown? Or just, oh, wait a minute, big mistake right there. He had a chance to walk out of here with the gold, and beautiful drop kick from Slyck Wagner Brown. Homicide goes ricocheting off the cage while SWB, the Underground King, nips up. You have to think John Bradshaw Layfield is watching this one, fans. His pride and joy, the MWF Heavyweight Champion, since June of 2009, when he won the championship competition, is getting ready to headline another Soul Survivor as the MWF Heavyweight Champion. But he's got to win tonight to make it happen. To go on to the Garden for the contract signing. Swinging neck breaker of his own. Returns the favor from earlier in the match. Oh, and Slyck Wagner Brown, he'd have no problem trying to slither out the door like the snake that he is. Taking way too much time, though. Do you want to retain the title and go on to face Shelton Benjamin at Soul Survivor VII March 19th or not? Homicide's not going to lay there forever. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Slams the cage door. Oh, no. Tried to slam the cage door off his face. Homicide climbing the ropes. Slamming the cage door with all his might off of Slyck. He could fall out the cage. He better hold on to him. Face full of steel. Now, wait a minute. Homicide's got that shirt. Taunting him with it now. Oh, wait a minute. Sheiky, baby, eat your heart out. Almost like a camel clutch. Only choking him out with his own T-shirt and appears to be grabbing his nose. Homicide trying to go up over the top of the cage. Slyck has got him. Chop to the back. We saw him do something very similar to Scott Reed last month on the January Ultra when we kicked off 2011. Right here. Beautiful shot from the cameraman. Right there. Look at him try and rake the face of Homicide into that cage. He looks like he's ready to pass out. His face is going to look like Play-Doh. It's Slyck Wagner Brown goes to town on Homicide. Right forearm shot from Brown. Homicide comes out with a kick. Leg sweep. What are we going to see right here? Figure four? And what's Homicide calling for right now? Again, rolls around shades of Dory Funk Jr., but Brown uses his good leg and shot Homicide off the cage wall. Drop kick into the cage. Smart wrestling from Slyck Wagner Brown. What are we going to see next? Looks like he's going to put him in a shades of Billy Jack Haynes right there with a full Nelson. Homicide breaks out of it, and he gets a right elbow to the face for his efforts. Homicide again, face first, into the cage. And he's got that shirt again. He's calling for the door. Oh, wait a minute. Homicide's trying to escape. Brown's holding on for dear life. Homicide trying to break off a piece of the steps to get into the ring. Use that wood to slam it off his head. Look at him choke. Now he's using the bottom rope to choke out Homicide. Brown will do whatever it takes. Oh, wait a minute. That's going to do a number on his equilibrium. He's not going to have much balance after having the cage slammed off his door twice. With the velocity of a Pedro Martinez fastball. They're opening the door again. Slyck is trying to get away from him and climb over the top. Homicide trying to do what he can to catch up with them. Oh, wait a minute. This is a dangerous proposition for both men. Chop, a slap, another slap. Oh, wait a minute. Slyck is going to fall out of the cage. He's going to... looks like Homicide's trying to throw him out. But Slyck would win. Slapped him across the face again. This is like Necro Butcher and Randy the Ram in The Wrestler with the slap fest. Only these two are on top of the cage, not sitting in chairs. What is Homicide trying to do? I don't understand this thought process. It looks like he's... oh, wait a minute. Brown shot him throat first off the top of the cage, and I can't imagine that that was a pleasant feeling. It's almost like Slyck looks like he's stuck. That's a Jay Buster type position. Slyck Wagner Brown trying to get down. Oh, wait a minute. Homicide's almost out the door, and Slyck Wagner Brown, look at him, he's 3/4 of the way out. And Brown's punching him. What the hell is he doing? We're going to see him a new champion. All he's got to do is get his feet to the floor. Rage in the cage has escaped the cage. Brown went DDT'd him back into the ring. I thought that was it. This match has been insane. Homicide looked like he wanted to commit murder and throw Slyck Wagner Brown off the top of the cage to the floor. Then Homicide's feet. If he was another 2 inches taller, we'd have a new champion right now. But Slyck Wagner Brown uses that veteran prowess that he has and DDTs Homicide back into the ring. What action here in the MWF. And if you think this is something, fans, be at the Boston Garden February 12th. Be at Soul Survivor March 19th. VIP packages on sale now. Boot to the midsection from Homicide. Wait a minute. We're going to see this. We've seen this before. The Gringo Killer. It almost broke AJ Styles' neck. Brown winds up on his feet. Sets him up into the cage. Elbow from Homicide. Goes for a clothesline. Slyck ducks. Back suplex all the way over. Homicide up. Standing leg drop from Slyck Wagner Brown. The action will not stop. I don't think this one is going to go 60 minutes. Or one of them may not live. Homicide down. JBL is watching this one. Shelton Benjamin is watching this one. The fans around New England and around the world are watching this one. Why is Slyck trying to climb over the top of the cage when he's right near the door? Does he think it'll make it more difficult for Homicide to pull him back in? Well, I think he picked the wrong spot to try and escape. Right hand from Homicide. What are we going to see right here? Another big-time suplex. Oh, Homicide holds on. We've seen this before. Dos. Y tres. Homicide's had enough. The bandana comes off. He can taste the gold. If he can just find a way to win it. Pin him. Escape. Climb. He's calling for the door again. Again, it is positioned in a difficult manner. I think President Cena did this for a reason. He just doesn't want these combatants to escape easily. And look at Brown again, trying to hold on. What is the referee doing, trying to hold his hand?
What the hell are you doing?
Now that's just, I don't know. If the title changed hand that way, I would have loved to have seen the president's reaction. Brown goes for a drop kick. Homicide catches him. What we're going to see right here, I think we already know, fans. Slingshot into the cage. Brown is on rubbery legs. Look at that! Like a running RKO of sorts. Homicide said that's enough. He's going up. He's going over. And I don't see Brown getting up anytime soon. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, Jay Buster's up on the ring. Trying to, and Tommaso Ciampa's pulling. He pulled Brown out of the ring before Homicide got to the floor. I don't even think Homicide realizes it.
And still MWF heavyweight champion, Slyck Wagner.
Slyck Wagner, Brown has retained the gold. He will go on to Soul Survivor in the main event to face Shelton Benjamin. Homicide has been screwed royally by John Layfield's Uprising. Fans, Soul Survivor time is here. The Monster Abyss collides with Executioner Milonas inside a steel cage. And wait a minute, before they even get in the cage, Milonas is unleashing on Abyss. This is a battle of the big men. About 800 pounds of pure, solid humanity going at it around ringside right now. Wrestling fans, put the women and children to bed. The countdown to Soul Survivor VII is on. Saturday night, March the 19th. Paul Bearer has got Executioner Milonas focused and ready for war. And that's exactly what we're going to see here in this steel cage encounter. Look at Milonas go to town on Abyss. TNA television champion. Look at Milonas go to town on Abyss. And Abyss is showing little to no offense at this point. I mean, can this match begin or even end outside of the cage? People running frantically. Milonas, wait a minute, what's he got? What's he have, a chain wrapped around Abyss's neck? I don't know what that was. Referee Tony Jordan. All the referees are out there tonight, my dear Lord. Choking out Abyss on the barricades. Paul Bearer must be loving this. He said his intent is to get Milonas and Fuller on the same page as Cage and create indeed a trifecta of terror. This month on the MWF Extra, the John Cena Senior Show, it's going to be Hanson and Cage in a cage, and Milonas gets a face full of steel chair right there. Big man picks up the chair again, nails him in the midsection. And now he's got a monster chasing him down, and he's not happy. Oh, wait a look at that. He went to swing for the fences right there. Almost like old Moratti with the cane. Different story for a different time. Now they're getting in the cage. And look at that, a 6'8", 340-pound monster that is not happy. Oh, was ready to take off Milonas' head. And Milonas hits him in the midsection. Hammers away on the midsection. That sleazebag, that swine, Paul Bearer, lurking around ringside. Milonas choking away on Abyss. What a coup it would be for the career of Brian Milonas to come away with the victory over the TNA television champion. Reverses Milonas into the post. Gets a big-time elbow from Milonas. But Abyss comes up with the big boot. Down goes the 400-pound executioner, the last man standing from what was Ox Baker's evil army. Dan Tanaka is your official in the ring. I wouldn't want his job tonight. Abyss tries to put Milonas face first into the cage. Milonas powers out of it. This is what the executioner has been waiting to let out, to let the fans see. He's a brawler. He's a big man. Sets him up. Well, no, almost went face first into the cage. Gets out. Wait a minute. Are we going to see a choke slam? Abyss. No, Milonas powers out of it. Boot to the midsection again. Face full of steel cage. In goes Abyss. I don't know if I've ever been more impressed with the executioner as I have in the opening minutes of tonight's match. Fans, again, if we run out of time here on Ultra, online overtime. No match will never have not have a conclusion, I should say, here in the Millennium Wrestling Federation. Just like the Brian Fury Julian Starr TV title match, if we run out of time, go to the website. The conclusion will be there as Paul Bearer mocks the monster Abyss. Things are not looking good for one of Fortune's biggest superstars in TNA. You see him every Thursday night on Impact on Spike TV. Tonight, he's on the February edition of Ultra. Chair to the midsection. I don't think Abyss was really prepared for this. Off the cage he comes, another big right foot. I couldn't even tell from this angle where it hit him, but it knocked him down. Abyss has got that steel chair again. Dan Tanaka better do himself a favor and get out of Dodge quick. Oh, wait a minute. The monster fights to his feet. Look at that chair to the midsection. Down goes Abyss. I've never seen anyone take it to Abyss like this. There's no disqualification. He could choke him out for an hour if he wanted to. Throws the chair across the ring. Abyss made his MWF debut back at Live Free or Die in Nashua, New Hampshire, when he defeated the Islander Makua, former member of Ox Baker's army. Abyss trying to fight his way up. A right, a left to the midsection, make it a third. But Abyss, Milonas, I should say, charges right back. Boot to the midsection, using the ropes for leverage. Brian Milonas is getting ready for the big one Saturday night, March the 19th. He wants to join Shelton Benjamin, X-Pac, Carlito, Caval, his sleazebag swine manager, Paul Bearer, Robbie Yee, Doink the Clown, Matt Bourne. The list goes on and on. Everybody wants a spot at Soul Survivor. Executioner Milonas was in one half of the double main event at Soul Survivor 2 when he teamed with Kamala and another former member of Ox Baker's army, Gino Martino. In a losing effort to Todd Hansen, Bo Douglas, and WWE Hall of Famer Cowboy Bob Orton. He's been to the dance. Oh, wait a minute. A boot, Abyss, a boot to the midsection. Face full of chair from Milonas. Now he has a little bit of time to recoup. Big time clothesline from Abyss. Make it 2. But Milonas still fighting to his feet. Another clothesline. Oh, wait a minute. He's pointing in either direction. I don't even know what he means by that. Face full of steel for Milonas. Bye-bye goes the chair with that weight. Oh, he's going around the horn with Brian Milonas right now. He's got the big man rocking. There he goes again. Oh, wait a minute. He's calling for it. He's calling for it. I don't know if we're going to see a little Lizzie Borden action with that steel chair first, but I can't imagine his intent. Oh, wait a minute. He's sending a message to Bearer in his 8 chins. He's got a trifecta of terror coming from underneath his bottom lip. Abyss has got Milonas by the throat. He's going up. He's going up. Oh, whoa, whoa. Well, Abyss went down. And you know what he just connected with. And now Milonas has got the chair. What are we going to see now? Wait a minute, the big man trying to climb the ropes. Off the middle rope. Oh, wait a minute, Abyss catches him. Big mistake from Milonas. Up, down on the chair. Abyss goes for the pin. 1, 2, make it 3. Abyss is victorious here on the February MWF Ultra. Not what Paul Bearer wanted to see headed into Soul Survivor. We don't even know what Milonas is going to be doing on the big event yet. But he wanted a win tonight inside that cage. Oh, wait a minute, Abyss is trying to call Paul Bearer in. I don't think Paul Bearer could fit through the door of the cage. Look at him. Look at him. They have couches at Jordan's Furniture that are smaller than that. Abyss wants a piece of Bearer. Who knows? Maybe Bearer could make a financial offer to him here in the MWF to acquire his services. Former TN. Oh, wait a minute. We hear that chime again. Speaking of that scumbag stalker, and Big Rick Fuller himself, he turned his back on the fans and twisted the knife on MWF Extra when he joined Milonas and Cage. And now the tides are quickly changing for the Monster Abyss. Look at Stalker Cage. You know what? I hate him. I wish he would die, but he's got guts. The first one to climb through that door, followed by Fuller. I think Brian Milonas' spine was rearranged, but Abyss realizes he's in trouble, but he's saying, bring it on, bring it on. Look at Fuller and Abyss go. Dan Tanaka, get the hell out of the ring. What are we going to get, a plundy? Wait a minute, Abyss is... Oh, wait a minute, the Abyss had Fuller. And now this is going to get ugly in a hurry. The trifecta of terror, showing us just what they mean by that name. This is a trifecta of terror. Look at Fuller and Cage go to town on Abyss while Milonas tries to recover. The referees aren't going to do a hell of a lot outside of the ring. Look at Fuller go to town. There's Milonas. He just went through war. It was a rage in the cage. And look at the Stalker calling the shots. The MWF Southern Heavyweight Champion, the Stalker, the Warhawk Dylan Cage. He's ready for MWF Full Throttle, March 5th, down in Fairmont, North Carolina. Wait a minute! Hanson and Ortiz Fuller went to take him out. Face full of steel for Rick Fuller. Here comes the demon, just like we saw on MWF Extra. Take him out. Take him out. Get in there, Todd. Get him. Get him. Get all of my son of a... Look at Todd Hansen. He's got the big man. Missile drop kick from Luis Ortiz. Sends Milonas down on his big rear end. Look at Hansen trying to, I don't know what you'd call that, but get him out of the cage somehow. Paul Bear's trifecta of terror is rocking in reeling outside of the ring. As we mentioned, fans, on MWF Extra this month, one of the greatest feuds in MWF history could culminate as Todd Hansen, that man right there, takes on Stalker Dylan Cage, this time in a 15-foot-high steel cage. A battle of former MWF heavyweight champions. Is weeks become days, headed into SOUL SURVIVOR VII. But right there, fans, the trifecta of terror, better watch out. Hansen, Abyss, and Demon Ortiz.